it's me again. I'm filming the first video that's going to go up today as well as this video. I think I'm just going to put them up both today, so that way if I have to skip next Saturday for any reason, I can. But this video is going to focus on some of my favorite parts of the Among Us book that I wrote. This will be the last of the Among Us stuff we'll hear. I'll have to come up with something else for you guys next Saturday. I'm thinking about doing a gaming video. I just have to figure out how to set that up because I don't know how to edit things. So what you get is literally right now all of the little flaws and bad pictures, bad quality, all that. That's because I don't know how to edit. I can't cut things. Well, I can kind of cut things. I don't really know how to do that much, so I don't mess with it. But I don't know how to edit the way most good YouTubers do, so you're just gonna get it all raw. This is the second part of the first video. In a sense, I'm going to read some of my favorite parts out of the book, most of which lie in the introduction where you get to know the characters. I'm kind of hesitant to release this video today because it will give spoilers to my book on Inkit, and I want to let you guys read it and experience it for yourself. So, I think I'm mostly going to stick with the introduction. And then if you guys are interested in hearing some of my favorite parts that are, to me, very cringe throughout the book, after I get a good amount of reads on Inkit, specifically over 44, because I'm pretty sure there's only 44 of you. After I get that many reads on Inkit, I'll just pretend it was you guys, unless you comment and are like, no, don't do that, don't post that video, don't read those. I'm going to stick with the introduction. So, the introduction focuses on each and every individual character, and the color. It tells the program their age, gender, height, weight, family, their reason for being there, and a bit of a background in the date of birth and a talent. So, some of this is incorrect because I set the book in 2053 because futuristic, can't go wrong with that. But this book is pretend, set in like more modern times, more where the oldest character is born in 2003. No, he was born in, I think, 2024. Our protagonist was born last year. Not actually, but you know. So, I want to focus a lot on the talent of some of these people because I have no creativity. So we're going to start. Red is Henry Michael Johnson. I'll show them too, just in case you didn't see them in the last video. I should have just saved that for this one. He lives with his grandma, wife, and child. Read more about that if you're interested. He went to Carterson schooling, and he is talented in art. Like graffiti stuff art. Orange is Logan Jack Whiteworth. I have no idea where these last names come from. I pull them out of my butt sometimes. He, his mother's name is Rosa Jane, and his dad's name is Jack Mason. These names just come out of my butt, okay? He's known to be traumatic. He's overprotective parents, and he went to London's Academy in America. He's British. I don't know why he's British, but he just is. And he is funny. That's his only talent. Or so we decided. He's yelling at his mom off camera. So that's his picture with that. Yellow is Chelsea Ann Braddis. She's an orphan. She doesn't have a family, obviously. She's an orphan. I just said that. She was raised by abusive foster parents and is in and out of an orphanage and foster homes. So she eventually was like, tired of running away, and they put her in the program. Her talent is obviously running. She's ran from so many things. Her problems, her families, her foster families, everything. Just kidding. She doesn't know her family. Oh, I didn't show you her picture, did I? I'm getting ready to skip on you. So there's Chelsea. Like I said in the last video, she's so cute. I love her. She's one of my favorite drawings in the book. In the introduction, these are the only drawings in the book. Then we have Green. His name is Oliver Jamie Woods. He has a brother that's Anthony Brian Woods, who's also Lime. Janet Cassie Woods is his mom, and Jonathan Ryan Woods is his dad. He went to Chester schooling, which I think Henry did too. No, they're separate. I don't remember this. This was a really long time ago. This was almost 4 years ago. He always fought with his brother Anthony. He was a straight A student, and his talent is verbally fighting, but in actual reality, he's the quietest guy. He never made a sound. In the books, in the role plays, never made a sound. He didn't do, like, anything. He didn't talk to anybody or anything. He was very quiet. So, to believe he was fighting is his talent, it's a little far-fetched. Now, Anthony, on the other hand, sharing the same family as his brother, obviously. And he also went to Chester schooling, whatever, straight A student. His talent is pickup lines. He's got good ones, but also very rarely does he use them. So I'm going to put these two in this frame together because they're twins, but they're not really identical. I don't feel like. They look really young. They're not as young as they look. They're like 17. The kids are, Chelsea and Gabriel are 14 and 15 respectively. And then everybody else is between the ages of 16 and 19. So they're not little kids like they look like they are. Cyan is Lydia Mary Scott. She went to Carterson schooling, wants to become a cop, and she's a straight A student. Her talent is hunting. She's basically Katniss Everdeen, but with blue hair. Love that for her, though. So, here's Cyan, and aka Lydia. And then blue is Adrian Drake Brown. He's Gabriel's brother, and his dad's name is Liam Carter Brown. He went to Carterson schooling as well. His close friend, Henry, was a bad influence on him. He lost his friend to suicide, and he's a straight F student. His talent is sneaking around and not getting caught, or so he says. And that is literally in parentheses. This line, or so he says, was the whole reason I wanted to do this video. Because I loved it. It like made me cackle almost. And this is him right here. I was like, it was like a literal laugh out loud moment, and it was amazing. Purple, her name is Violet Rose Rogers. I'm a little bit mean with the names too. You'll see here literally in the next page. She was in and out of foster homes growing up, but she wanted to be a singer, which is her talent. She performs at bars and birthday parties, and she does covers of songs on YouTube. She's trying to kind of grow that music influencer kind of build. Here's her though. She's really pretty. The only reason her hair is actually purple, it is dye. This isn't the Hunger Games where people actually do have wild funky hair. I'm here for that, but that isn't why. She dyes her hair, and the reason that we kept it and she doesn't have like a natural color all the time is because we have a doll that has purple hair. She's been, I think, Mila, I forget how we named her in the Left 4 Dead world, but she's actually got like lavender hair, almost a color of purple, and we used her for Violet, so we just kept her hair purple and pretend she dyes it to give herself a singer personality or something. But moving on, we have White, which is Angela Josie Dixon. Her family, her mom's name, this is going to be really bad. Her parents are not married, because why would you get married in society like this? April, May, June. April is a name. May is also a name. June could be whatever you want it to be. So I named her mother April, May, June. I don't know why. There was no reasoning behind it other than that I was just being a jerk. And I have no regrets. I wish I could say I did, but I do not regret that. Then her dad's name is Johnny Devin Dixon. So she gets her dad's last name because that's generally how moms do it, even if they're not married. Her background is having overprotective parents. She was childhood friends with Adrian and Mikey, who committed suicide. She's also a straight F schooling, or not, I skipped the line. She's a straight F student as well. She's, like, actually super smart, though. So Adrian is just a dumb guy. She's smart and just doesn't care. There's a difference. And also, I'm not saying if you have bad grades, you're dumb, or if you have bad grades, you're super smart. Your grades don't define you. I'm just saying that that's how I made these characters, because it fits my plot line and the personalities I've built for them. That's why it is the way it is. It fits my line. If you are failing, you could still be super smart. Just because you have an F in English doesn't mean you're gonna fail in life. Your grades do not define you, and I do not believe that. It just fits my lines. So, don't take offense and don't think I think you're stupid if you have bad grades. She also went to Carterson schooling. That's how she knows Adrian, obviously, and they kind of quit being friends after Mikey killed himself. Spoiler alert, and no, that nothing is mentioned really in the book. It was more so just the fact that Tommy and Zoe had something to play with the dolls, because we're kids. We were kids. We're not really kids anymore, but we were children who had wild imaginations. So, Angela doesn't have any talents, or so she says. Brown is Gabriel James Brown. Obviously, he's Adrian's brother and Liam's son. He went to Carterson schooling because that's where his brother went, and he's close to his brother and his brother's friend, Henry. He's a straight A student because he's such a little nerd. He actually shares the birth year as me. I'm not going to drop that. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And he's a good interrogator. And that's why he has the sheriff hat on in the drawings I showed you in the previous video. Because he's like the sheriff and interrogates people. Black is Taylor Rose Jackson. Her and Henry are kind of a thing in the end, though. So I get those two mixed up. Her family's Damian Lee Jackson. He's her dad. She went to Carterson schooling, but she, like, actually never noticed Henry, even though he's only a year older than her, and they're literally in the same grade. She lives with her dad because her mom is MIA. Her best friend is Kayla Leanne Simons. Taylor's a straight A student until middle school. She somewhat knew of Henry, but, like, she didn't know him enough, I guess. I should take back what I said before. They, like, never talked in school. She knew the bad influence, Henry. But, they didn't really talk or anything. They weren't friends. She mostly stuck with Kayla and all that, and she backtalks. She's very sassy, but she says she doesn't have a talent. If you don't have a talent, what's your sass? Like, not everybody has sass. And then, here she is. She looks really sad and low-key emo and depressed, and she's not. She's just a jerk sometimes. Pink is Illyria Dawnstar. There's a Skyrim reference. If you don't get it, I'm a little bit disappointed in you, because Skyrim is my favorite game next to Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead takes a spot all the way. And Left 4 Dead 2. I grouped them together, don't get me wrong. But Illyria Dawnstar is Pink. She went to Winterdale Academy. She doesn't have any close friends. She's a backtalk like person, sassy, and she's an Instagram influencer model. She's only 17, so it's really not that hard to be an influencer, especially in today's times. And then with me studying the book, not only in 2005, but more so, well, it was more set in 2020s and stuff, because that's kind of where I was getting, that's where my inspo was coming from. Now that it's in 2053, it's even easier to be a model and an influencer. It doesn't take much. You just gotta take a picture or record a video or say something or post something. It doesn't take much to become an influencer, provided you have enough followers to do that. Her talent is modeling. And then this is her picture. I really like her. She turned out really pretty. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I really liked Angela. And Violet, I liked her shirt. And that was pretty much it from her. But Chelsea, Angela, and Lyria are my favorites. They turned out really cute. And I'm not sexist. I'm just saying the girls turned out much cuter than the guys did. I remember writing this. It was kind of fun. It was easier. Back when me and Zoe used to play, we would put the dolls, like, forward in time. So they would end up living in, like, 2020 and whatnot. And back before 2020 had actually hit, we would always be technically living in the future. But we had kept everything the same. And then when 2020 finally came around, and I was like, okay, well, nothing is really different except for COVID. The one thing that we had never done with the dolls was, like, this global pandemic, which, I mean, nobody's going to predict that, and that's not fun to play with. But it was really weird because we would always just play with them in, like, 2020 and up. I think that my Left 4 Dead series on Inkit actually extends all the way up to, like, 2053 or something close to that. So it's, like, a really long time from now, but also at the same time, it's just kind of cool to have seen the future that we used to play actually come and be nothing like what we played. And I think that's it, because if I keep talking, I'm gonna either lose my voice or go on an absolute rant for the next hour, and we're already almost to 20 minutes. So that's gonna end this. Like I said in the previous video, I'll say it again for this one. If you want to read my Among Us, it is on Inkit, and I just submitted it the other day, and I think that they approved it, so it should be able to be looked up and read. Give it a read. Let me know what you think. Tell me who your favorite character and color is. And another thing I should disclaim, I should have done it in the last video too, but I didn't, is I did not use all of the colors. I did not use all of the maps. These were, what I wrote were what was given to me back in 2020. It was the original game with, like, just hats, like, that you could put in your characters. It didn't have gray and tan and all these other colors, and it didn't have the 2 new maps it has. You could still pick your own name and chat, like, with your keyboard in the lobby, no problem. It was when Among Us was like, oh, okay, we're getting attention, we need to do some stuff to this to keep the attention. So if your favorite color is tan, it is not in the book, I'm sorry. Or, like, the gray, I didn't have that. I thought about doing that in the future. It means I played around with it a little bit when we, like, still went outside and played Among Us. But they're not actually in the book. They're not canon characters for us, unfortunately. And I actually did almost think about killing off the kids because they didn't fit the plot line. But they're still there. So if you're looking forward to seeing the kids, they're still in the book somewhere. But that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you give Among Us a read and let me know what you think about it. Remember, it was written when I was 13, so I didn't do any plot editing. I just changed my incorrect grammar and maybe added a couple scenes to make the plot flow seamlessly. But I did not make this up just now. This was from when I was 13, and more mature me went back and edited it for you. I can't say that word. It always messes me up. But mature me went back and fixed it up for you guys to read. So just let me know what you think if you give it a read. And if not, that's cool too. I don't blame you. But thanks for watching this video. And make sure you watch the other one too, so you can see the different drawings of how I've improved in drawing from my Among Us years as well. Alright, well, that is it for the video. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.